What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. This is my favorite video that I've put together this far. I think it's by far the hardest workout. I really hope you enjoy it. But remember, this is going to be the end of week 1 as far as weighing goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all those numbers, we're going to add them up, divide them by 7. That's going to be our week 1 average. We're going to have a better understanding of our weigh-ins each week rather than day by day. It's going to be a little bit more accurate that way instead of fluctuating every single day like it can. Make sure you add those up, divide them, keep them somewhere in your phone. I like to keep them in my notes. Let's jump right into this video. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy it. For this first workout, we're going to be doing an underhand barbell raise. So grab the easy curl bar. I grabbed a 35, I believe, right here, and that's pretty good weight. You can start there, you can go up, whatever's comfortable for you. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to make sure we're pulling with our shoulders. And what I mean by that is it's really easy to cheat this and pull it with your chest or your biceps, depending on what you're doing wrong. So just keep in mind the whole entire time we're doing shoulders, it's going to be 3 supersets of 15 reps. So we're going to do that superset, or that exercise, excuse me, and we're going to go right into this plate turn. And then it's going to be 20 reps, so it's going to be 10 reps on each arm. On this one, my best recommendation is to keep whatever arm isn't going up in the same position. So it's right here, you can see my arm stays the same and my other arm goes up to do all the work. So what it really is doing is you're doing your workout, you're pretty much pulling the whole plate with one arm instead of both arms at the same time. So do both those sets 3 times total. This next superset is going to be a dumbbell front raise. And what I like to do is I like to do sets of 2. It's really preference. I think I get a little bit more out of it so I don't have momentum swinging from side to side the entire time. Whatever is going to be best for you. This can be a triple drop set. So what I mean by that is I have 25 dumbbells right now. I'm going to drop them and go to 20s, drop them again and do 15s. So that's triple. I'm doing 3 different dumbbells for this set. I'm going to be doing 12 reps on each arm. So a really good tip on this one is, again, pull with the front of your shoulder instead of, you're not pulling with your arms, you're not pulling with your biceps, chest, none of that. Also, another good thing to mention is I'm not bouncing the weight. So a lot of times you'll see people swing the weight with their arms, they'll bounce it off their quads. You'll see a lot of times people will bend with their knees for a little bit of momentum. None of that. So if you have a hard time doing that and you find yourself doing that, just make sure you're dropping weight a little bit, go a little bit lighter so you can get really good form. And another thing to mention with this workout is everything we're going to be doing, with the exception of the very last workout, is going to be an entire superset. So everything we're doing, we're mixing with something else. So you can see right here, I just finished the 25s and the 20s, and I did them with 1 arm at a time. That's just because they're a little bit too heavy to do 2 arms at a time. On these 15s, I can comfortably do it with good form. So it is important to have really good form, but if you can do 2 arms at the same time, it's a little bit easier and you can keep a little bit more energy out of it. So as soon as we're done with that, we're going to drop that. We're going to be doing a standing barbell press. So it's a military press, but it's a little bit different in the fact that we're going to be doing alternating reps. So you can see I do 1 in front, 1 in back, 1 in front, 1 in back. So we're going to be doing 20 total reps, so 10 in front, 10 in back. Again, on this one, it's going to be very important that we're not bouncing with our legs. If you start to struggle, you will notice that you want to use a little bit more lower body, and that's fine. Just make sure we're not getting in a big habit of that, and if that's the case, just go a little bit lighter. So 3 supersets of that as well. This next one is an upright row. I did this in my previous video and it's something that I really enjoy. So those first 2 workouts, those first 2 supersets are basically going to be front delt. This one's going to be a little bit more middle shoulder, middle delt. 3 sets of 15 on that. Just make sure we're pulling with our shoulders again and we're not pulling with our traps. Sometimes you can feel yourself pulling with your back as well if you're doing it wrong. We're going to superset with that with a lateral raise. This will be a double drop set. So what I choose to do is I like to go pretty heavy, and this 30s are actually really heavy for me, and I drop them into 15s. So it's going to be a double drop set with half the weight. So if you're doing 20, drop it down to 10. If you're doing 40, drop it down to 20. So just half of whatever the first set weight is. Again, 3 supersets of this. This next one is a leaning barbell lateral raise, and it's something I really enjoy. The reason that we use a barbell instead of a dumbbell is because you have to use a lot more stabilizing muscles in it. So a lot more muscle fiber goes into the actual lift than just using a dumbbell. You have to keep it from teeter-tottering. So that's why I use the barbell. If it's too hard for you, use the dumbbell. We're supersetting it immediately on the same arm with another lateral raise. You can see, you can't really tell right here, I'm leaning a tiny bit forward, but this is just gonna be a partial raise. So we're only going about 75% of the actual rep that we were doing on the regular lateral raise. This just puts a little bit more tension on the shoulder. It's nice, a nice finisher. And then see, I jump over to the other side. I'm doing the other arm now. Make sure we're leaning, find something that's gonna be stable, that's gonna support your weight. Keep your feet under where you're holding on, and then kick your body out on an angle. And again, if you can use the barbell, great. If you can't, use the dumbbell, but try to use the barbell because it's a really good lift. On this, make sure we're pulling again with our shoulder. I can't stress it enough. It's so easy to fake these movements with traps. It's so easy to bounce weight off your thighs, and you're not doing anyone any favors with that, especially yourself. So on this next one, it's gonna be a banded rear delt. I've done this in my last video. It's something that I really enjoy, and I think it's something that is worth showing again. I personally don't think that there's a better movement out there that's gonna help shape those rear delts. Rear delts are really hard to build anyway, so it's really nice when you can find something that will help shape them. And obviously, we're gonna superset this one with a reverse pec deck, and this is what's gonna build your rear delts. On this, 3 supersets of 15. On the banded, we're doing 3 supersets of 25 reps, like we did in the last one. And make sure, if it's a little bit too hard, go a little bit wider on the band. If it's too easy, go a little bit more narrow. This last workout is the only one that we're gonna be doing that isn't a superset. And this can be rope face pulls. We're doing reps to failure. So on this first one, I believe I get I think I got like 55 reps. And so 5 sets is as many reps as you can possibly do every single time. Go to failure every single set. And then you can see my hands, I'm going palms facing my face, and then I'm also going like thumbs to the ceiling. You'll see sometimes people will go the back of their hand facing their face. You'll see like palms facing the ceiling. So this is gonna be a really good one for rear delt, but it's also gonna, if you're doing it wrong, you can do traps, you can do back, you can do any of those variations. So on this, it is week 1 of summer shredding, so we're doing some cardio. I'm doing light cardio here, and we're gonna be doing this once to twice a week, 10 to 15 minutes. So here's the workout. I really hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this is probably the best workout I've put together so far. I'm still feeling it, and it's been days since I've done it. I plan on doing this again next week. So if you're following this, then we're gonna be doing this same workout next week, and then I'll have something new for you in the following. So hope you like this video. If you do, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. So in my last video, I explained that we bought a bunch of eggs. So here's one of the reasons why we bought 2 cartons of them.